Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So how do you usually practice to playing a keyboard?
I usually practice with my teacher in my home.
Hello everyone, welcome back to MTsB podcast channel. Kita nih cakep. Hello everyone, I'm Shafiya as the host for today.
And I'm Nabila as a Shafiya partner. And we are from 9.6. So, Shafiya, I want to ask, have you ever seen things like cinema, opera, book, and dance performance before?
Well, of course I have, because the things that you mentioned are the things that are very common to be seen in this modern era. So why do you ask? Are we going to discuss something about art for today?
Yes, you're right, but to be more specific, we're gonna talk about the different form of art, artists, and our own creative interest.
That sounds pretty interesting. But before we start, could you please give us an explanation about the definition of art?
Sure, so basically, art is an expression of human creativity, skill, and imagination. Many forms of art were experienced visually, but also can through sensory touch. And art were traditional appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power, but now they are used for political expression or society commentary.
Then how about the classification of art? Just how many forms of art out there that can be classified?
Specific medium and form art, artistic expression have changed throughout human history. And there are many forms of art which tell us how history and society have changed throughout time, which is like sculpture, literature, architecture, theater, music, and so on. And each form of art experiences differently and evoke our emotion and feelings.
Okay. So thank you for giving us a simple explanation regarding the many different forms of art. So considering the fact that you say each form of art is experienced differently and affects our mood and feeling and emotions and such, it seems like you think that art is more than just a form expression. Is that true?
Without a doubt, Shafiya, art nurtures our imagination, sparking curiosity and innovative thinking. It fostering creativity, which is part of problem solving and adaptability for our rapidly changing world.
Well, yeah, I think you're definitely correct. It's also noteworthy to remember that art also encourages our critical empathy and critical thinking and empathy, as it often challenges us to see the world through the other's eye, and it also broadens our mind, making us more accepting and open-minded.
Okay, so we have talked about the definition, classification, and the importance of art, right?
Yes, right. That's right.
Now, let me know what is your favorite form of art is.
Thank you for asking. My favorite form of art will probably be music. To be exact, I really like listening to music, and my favorite artist is Taylor Swift.
Why do you choose her as your favorite artist?
Personally, I absolutely love her because of her ability to be so poetically honest. When you become a songwriter, you will always have a sort of doubt or feeling that something you write will end up sounding silly or stupid, which ultimately prevents songwriter from creating something amazing. But fear has surely never stopped Taylor Swift, and I think that's what makes an artist like her so special, because just the way she openly writes about something she's going through, and she doesn't even care about what other people might think about her. So whenever I listen to one of her music, I couldn't help but feel like it could have been specifically written for me. It's almost as if she takes my thoughts and put them into words, which is quite a valuable talent if you ask me.
Yes, you're right. Taylor Swift is truly represents the true feminism, and she is an inspiration to all young women in the world. I also remember once when she sent strong message to all young women in the world that they should focus on the work and do not want to be their sidetrack on the way, so that someday they know where should they go, and when they look around, they know who they are.
Yeah, that's true. And how about you, Hasna? Do you have any certain creative interest or any form of art that become a peak of your interest?
Thank you for asking, Shafiya. I personally really like drawing.
Okay, very well. So let's kick things off with drawing, Hasna. What draws you to drawing?
Drawing is a fascinating form of expression. It allows me to bring my imagination to live on a paper. It's like creating a portal to my thoughts and feelings so I can escape to the artistic world I've built.
Well, yeah, I couldn't agree more. Mr. Boleh diikat gak, Mr.? Well, yeah, I couldn't agree more. In my opinion, drawing is like the gateway to an artist's soul, and I've noticed that artists often have their favorite subject. So, what's yours?
Well, I like to draw about scenery. I love the sheer diversity they bring to the world, start from the mountain to the ocean, and each of scenery has their own charm and unique, which I try to capture in my drawing.
Well, that's surely amazing. Our natural world is so inspiring, isn't it? And as we're already near the end of our conversation, what kind of advice would you give to our young listeners who are currently exploring their creative interests for now?
Okay, so my advice is don't afraid to explore or do experiments new and find many kind of resources, and always remember that every stroke, note, and step bring you to closer to becoming the true artist.
Okay. So thank you so much for your profound insights, Hasna. It has been a delightful and an artful encounter. And just like that, I think this is the end of our discussion today regarding the many forms of art, artists, and our own creative interests. Hopefully, this discussion will encourage people to embrace their passion fearlessly and to not let them feel afraid to let their own creativity flow by itself.
Thank you for watching and see you again. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.